This is the last time that I slept in this tent. Well, at least for this year. And don't get me wrong, it's been great. We had a really great summer. And before we're gonna put all our stuff in the car, we asked you if you would be interested in seeing our camping gear and all the stuff that we take with us on a naturist road trip. And clearly you do. So before we're gonna put everything in the car, we're gonna give you the grand tour. But first, we would like to give a big thank you to Friends for Naturism for sponsoring this video. Friends for Naturism is a group of 6 campsites spread around France, and it's the perfect place to put everything that you will learn from this video into practice. And by the way, we are at Riva Bella in Corsica. Riva Bella is one of the 6 campsites from Friends for Naturism, so there's just no better way to record this video. Are you coming or what?
Is it my turn already?
Yes, you were gonna talk about the tent, weren't you?
That's right. Welcome to our tent. This is a Safarica Laguna 260. There's no need to write that down. We're gonna put all the links to all the things we talk about in the description of this video. So our tent, it's a 4-person tent, which is, I think that it's perfect for 2 people because it's a little bit larger than a 2-person tent. Like, we have this sleeping compartment, which is perfectly for our bed, and then we have this frontal compartment where we put all our stuff. It's a little bit cleaner than normally, but that's because we are making a video and you don't really want to see how we live. So our tent, we have been using her for quite a long time. I think we have her for at least 6 years, and we've slept so many times in her. It's incredible. And yeah, of course we packed and unpacked her a lot, and yeah, that does leave its traces. Our zippers, for example, don't really work that well anymore. And we lost a couple of our cords because somebody decided to make a washing line from them and then forgot the washing line. But other than that, she has been really good to us. She kept us safe in quite extreme weather. Even when we had these big thunderstorms and rain and wind in the south of France, we still managed, she still managed to keep us reasonably dry. So I really like her, and although I think that this might have been her last trip, I think it's gonna be very sad to see her retire.
I think it's weird that you talk about our tent like it's a person.
I consider her as a part of the family, and I will be sad when she leaves. Actually, the only adjustment we made to our tent was the pegs. Normally she comes with these kinds of pegs. They are the most basic ones, and on hard grounds they are pretty uncomfortable and they easily bend. So we bought these different pegs, these much stronger pegs, and these are really good. Well, I think that this is all I can say about our tent. So let's talk a bit about the other stuff that we pack. Of course, we have been traveling for months, and maybe it's a little bit different for us, but I think that the most things we bring doesn't really matter if you camp for months or just for days, because we use them on a daily basis. Like our mattress, for example.
This is our Intex Air mattress. Ta-da! Beautiful color, blue. I like blue. This is probably, I think, the biggest air mattress that you can find in the size that we wanted, because this is a 180 meter by 2 meters. Normally air mattresses are 140 or 160 by 2, but yeah, so the thing is, we really like it that it's so big, so this was our only option. It's not the best quality because we had one before and it died after, I think, a couple of months. But to be fair, we are sleeping in it now for a couple of months and we're still alive. It still works, so it is probably a good air mattress. It is not self-inflatable, so you need one of these bad guys to pump it up. You can put it in your car. We're not using that one. We always use this one. It works very well, and also it works in 2 ways, so you can inflate it and deflate it to make it very small and easy to pack with you. On my right, you have our travel life, and it saved our lives multiple times by not getting us food poisoning, because this is our cooler and it's one of the I was gonna say best coolers we ever had, but it's the only cooler we ever had, and we love her. She's also a she, by the way, also part of our family. The thing is, this baby has two different, how do you call it, stands? Yes, stands. You have a cold stand and a hot stand. We never use the hot stand, of course, only the cold stand. And what's also very nice is you have an eco stand and a max stand. So during the night, for example, we always put it on eco, because then the temperature drops, so you really don't need that heavy stuff when it puts on max, because this baby is really heavy. It doesn't only keep your food fresh and cold, but even if you put, like, for example, a bottle of wine from the supermarket in it, in a couple of hours you have nice fresh cold wine. I'm not saying during the heat wave this baby had to work, but I'm gonna say during the night it definitely does the trick. I love her. I also love the color. It's big, it's nice. If you're driving from A to B, you can also put it in your car so it stays nice and fresh. And while we're at it, you wanna have a look at inside? Ta-da!
It's wine.
It's wine, and it's
Cheese,
it's some salami, it's some veggies, we have some bananas, some mango left. So yes, I love her, and she saved our lives. On my left you have the kitchen boxes. By the way, these boxes are great to put all your stuff in, and also they are very handy to carry along and to put in your car. Our first little box in our big box is a box filled with cutlery. This is a tip from us to you: don't take too much knives and forks, because maybe sometimes you will forget to do the dishes, and then it's just easier if you don't have a lot of forks and knives. We also like these kind of plates because they are made from hard plastic and they're super easy to wash and they don't break. Also, what we have in here are some pots and pans or coffee mugs, which makes you smile in the morning. I love the little faces. Some olive oil, some pasta. So yeah, talking about spices and pasta, maybe let's go over to the food.
that is a great idea. Let's start with the breakfast basics. I feel like I'm gonna sell something on TV or something. Anyway, this is a French press. I think that this is the most important thing if you like coffee, and it's the most easiest thing when you're camping. You just put coffee in it, hot water, and you press it and you have coffee. There's no easier way than this. Of course, for hot water, we used to use a pan on the stove, but it takes forever to get hot water. So now we bought this thing, and it goes a lot faster. I'm not really sure what's it called in English. It's a water heater, I would guess.
A kettle.
A kettle, it's a kettle. Great stuff. And then we got, this is also new, a USB juicer. This is very, very cool. With one charge you can make about 15 juices, and it charges on USB, which makes it very easy to, it's very portable. You can charge it in a car or anywhere else. You just put fruit in it, some milk or water, you press the button and you juice. Interestingly, you can also use this for cocktails, and we only did it once to make a cocktail. Let's continue to the lunch and dinner department. This thing is the pride of our camping gear. It's really funny. Lots of people come over to us to have a look at it. Some people even took pictures of it. It's our camping gas Accelerate 600 SG. It's the first time I say this whole name in real life, I think. It has 2 cooking plates, and one of the cool things is that it's on a high level, so I can actually stand while I'm cooking. You see all those people with their small camping stoves and they have to put it on tables or they have to cook on the ground. This thing is like It's like a real stove where you can cook as much as you want. It works on regular gas bottles. These are standard camping gas bottles. And it also comes with lots of accessories that we never really use. Like these are things that you can put on the side to put your stuff on, but we prefer to use a table instead. And there are also grill plates to grill meat, I guess. Basically this is brand new. We've never used it. We've used this thing a lot, but these things, we never use it. We just use pots and pans. So if you want to cook on a campsite and all comfort, this thing is really, really, really recommended. Now let's talk a little bit about furniture. We have 2 of these camping tables, and we also have a plant. This is actually, it's an anti-mosquito plant, and it's a real pain in the ass to travel with because it's super fragile. But normal people probably would use mosquito repellent, but we got this thing from Lynn's mom, and now we got kind of attached to it and don't want to let it go again. And now that I'm saying all this, I wonder if it's still normal that we are getting attached to stuff instead of people. Maybe we are traveling a little bit too much, but it doesn't hurt. Anyway, camping tables. These are also almost as fragile as the plant. You can see that this one has a bend. This one has a bend. It's because, yeah, if you push it too hard, these things bend like nothing. But if you're careful, you can just fold them. And the good thing is that they are super light and super easy to pack. And we also have 2 very different chairs. This one is mine. This is probably the most standard camping type chair. But there's a big difference. I used to have a different one, a cheap one, and that broke in, I think, less than 2 weeks or so. Whereas this one, I've been using this a lot, and we had it for 2 or 3 years already, and it still looks like it's quite new. The brand is Quechua, which is a very good brand. It was not that expensive. But the cool thing is, you can fold these down very easily, and you can carry them along. You can easily pack them in a car. I could actually take these to the beach or so, not that I ever do this, but I could if I wanted to. Then the other chair. This is Lynn's chair. This has no brand, I think. It's also second hand, but it's bigger and it's much more comfortable. Maybe you should show it.
Ta-da! This is why my chair is better than yours.
And I guess that this kind of sums it up concerning the essentials of naturist camping in France. Of course, we do have some other stuff. For example, we have 2 buckets that we haven't used once. We have a water bag that we actually use a lot. This is because all the water is in the shower blocks, so otherwise you always have to go to the shower block if you want to wash your hands or if you need water to cook. This thing solves that. A hammer is very, very important because we've been on quite some strong underground, and without the hammer we could never get our packs into the ground. And then we have some other stuff left in the car. We have 2 hammocks that we only used once, and we have a lot of clothes with us, and that's probably because we have a big car, we can put lots of stuff in it. So we brought a lot of stuff. We brought many more clothes than we need to. In fact, we've only done laundry once, I think, twice. Lynn signs that it's twice. During the whole time that we were in France, just because we never wore clothes. And this leads me to probably the most important thing that you need when you go naturist camping in France. It's a sarong. But when you have a sarong, you don't need any clothes anymore. And this is how we have been living for the last months. So the only thing that's left for us is now pack our stuff and continue our journey to about 50 meters further from here. That's right, we are staying in Riva Bella. These are our last days on Corsica, so we decided to give ourselves a well-deserved upgrade.
Just a little one.
Just a little one. So in our next video, we will tell you all about naturism and luxury, and we will show you much more of this beautiful resort. So if you don't want to miss that,
you know what to do. Subscribe to our channel, put on your notification, and just watch our next video because it's gonna be amazing. And we see you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ready to become 2 whole new people.
Do llamas bite?
These are the butt massage seats.